This is Jackie from TechJackie.com. Welcome to another video on SEO. First of all, if you're brand to this channel, make sure you press the subscribe button below so when I release a new SEO video like this, you get notified. In today's video, I would like to go through a rather like a quick presentations on SEO in 2024 and what really works, what you should be doing, and what kind of like the concept and the strategies behind doing SEO in 2024 and pretty much moving forward, because now we're in this phase where things are kind of matured, right? Like the algorithms and everything are kind of already kind of set up and made. It's just a matter of keep on improving and improving. For example, let's say like for example backlinks, right? Like backlinks, the way that Google algorithm work with backlinks has been pretty much the same or similar forever, but it's just a matter of them improving and be able to detecting good quality links, ignoring links and all that, right? So it's going to be pretty much similar moving forward, but let's see what's in store for us for 2024. So first of all, for those of you who don't know about me, my name is Jackie Owen, and I'm a WordPress web designer and passionate SEO expert, or SEO guy or whatever. I've been doing SEO and web design for 5 years now, and coming from a computer science and engineering background, SEO is something that really intrigues me, really intrigues my engineering mindset within me, right? So, as for SEO, it can be viewed in two ways, right? Like SEO is such a beautiful subject that if you're a business owners or someone who don't have a lot of technical backgrounds, SEO for you is the mean to get businesses, right? It's the mean to optimize your website, get it rankings, make it more helpful, pretty basic stuff. But if let's say you're coming from an engineer background just like me, then SEO for you is just a whole new things about algorithms and how the system works and etc etc. So for me, I look at it from an engineering perspective, and it really intrigues me, try to understand how the algorithms work, etc etc. So over the years, I've been performing hundreds of tests, both single variable and multivariable, to try to understand Google's algorithms and keep up with the changing trends. So as I said, I'm viewing SEO from an engineering mindset, and therefore, when it comes to doing experiments, doing tests, I also perform it just like how I used to do it back in when I was in college or school, where we do some testing, experiments, single variable stuff, and all that. So when it comes to SEO, I also develop a couple of ways to do single variable experiments. Try to suss out, try to see in a single variable environment, isolating all the variables and see what really works. And also sometimes something you cannot really do in a single variable environment, you need to do it in multi-variable environment, and therefore I also do that as well. So it's been a lot of fun for me over the past few years, like starting from basics in SEO all the way to all the advanced technique of trying to experimenting, testing things out and all that, and basically try to keep up with all the changes that Google has been putting out over the years, right? And 2023 for me has been the best year of my SEO career so far. It's been the highest growth over, compared to all the previous months. I know a lot of, you or even website owners have probably been, like 2023 might not have been the best year for you in SEO, but for me, it has been the best so far. I've, discovered so many things in 2023, and everything has been going up for me in 2023. All my sites, my clients hardly got hit by any of the algorithm updates. And yes, that also includes the updates like helpful content updates, spams updates, and all that. Hardly any of them got hit. A few did get hit in here and there within the core updates and all that, but they all kind of bounced back, almost all of them, right? Just a few to still like a little bit lesser than it was, but we're working on that. But nevertheless, 2023 has been the best year for all the websites. None of my client site got hit by helpful content update, maybe because I don't work in affiliate marketing, which I see a lot of people get hit in affiliate marketing niche and all that. And yeah, all of them are real businesses, so they're real branded with businesses, real they have they're like local businesses, they're national proper businesses, they're e-commerce and all that. And yeah, and lastly, I've also it's one of my most fulfilled year as well, because I have successfully trained many people to succeed in getting SEO results through my SEO coaching program, right? So if you're just hearing it for the first time, I do have my own SEO coaching. It's a one-on-one private SEO coaching program where I train you, I teach you how to do SEO the right way, through the eyes and the lens of computer engineering mindset of mine. And 2023 have been the one of the best year, one of the most successful year. I've got a lot of great testimonials and results from the clients who trained with me and got results. So overall, 2023 have been the best, was the best year of my SEO career, and I'm really looking forward to it, and even better in 2024. And that's a little bit about myself. Now let's kind of maybe move into the core section of the video. So here are some of the screenshots taken throughout the years, right? These are there are even testimonials from client here, and even this is from a Thai client. So I provide SEO coaching to both Thai and English website owners, right? So I like, I'm from Thailand, so I have two market that I do provide services in, and therefore I have reviews in Thai language, English. These are clients' websites. Some of them are coaching clients and all that. So all of them have got great results, right? So let's dive to the real topic of this presentation. That is, the first thing you need to understand in SEO 2024, search engine optimization, is understanding how the algorithm works, right? It is very crucial. I know a lot of you are just normal business owners, mom and pop shop, or even normal affiliate marketers who just using SEO as the means to get traffic, and just making sure that you're just optimizing it normally and to get results. But here's the thing, understanding, like, at the end of the day, Google is still a set of algorithms, so you need to know that there is a machine, and therefore there's some basic understanding that you need to know about the algorithms, right? So understanding how the algorithm works at an intermediate level is a must for anyone, right? Even you're just someone who doesn't have technical background, you need to understand how everything kind of works, at least at the intermediate level, right? So this helps you come up with your own strategies, adapt to changes, and communicate with your clients effectively. So if you're providing SEO, you need to be able to communicate to your clients effectively and explain to them why the rankings go up or why the rankings go down, right? You need to be able to communicate that effectively and thoroughly as well. That's why understanding how the algorithm works is so important. Of course, there are many things. There are a lot of technical aspects behind it, and there's plenty of things you need to understand. But here's the thing. Here's just a few things that you need to keep in mind, right? So out of all the stuff of how the algorithm works or what I have discovered, here are just a few things that you need to keep in mind. And if you already kind of remember this, if you have this on the back of your mind, you will be able to come up with your strategies. You'll be able to understand things better and all that. So the first thing here is you need to know that Google uses machine learning algorithms to rank websites, right? And how the machine learning works here is it takes in various variables to calculate the ranking score. So machine learning doesn't just look at your title, doesn't look at your on page. It looks at various combination of things, right? Hundreds, if not thousands of factors. Some of them are well known, some of them are not, right? Like, the machine can even come up with their own rankings, kind of like their own ranking factors as well, right? So this is what machine learning is all about. It's all about identifying pattern, coming up with what to look for, etc., etc. So therefore, whatever changes you experience, right? So let's say your rankings go up, your rankings go down, whatever, there's no point trying to figure out what each update does, right? So when your rankings go up, you feel happy, and then another update comes, your ranking goes down, you feel sad. The thing here is, most people that try to figure out, like, they really want to know what each update is all about. They want to know what each algorithm update really targets. But the thing here is that approach doesn't work, right? Because there are just too many variables that to look for. Some of them you already know, but a lot of them you don't. So the goal here is to just better focus on the main pillars of SEO, that is authority and relevancy. I'll talk about this in the next slides, but everything, try to keep it simple. Just think about authority, just think about relevancy, and that's it, right? That's the goal of what the algorithms are looking for. By looking at all the variables across the board on and off your website, they try to understand the authority of your website and the relevancy of your website, right? Next, you need to understand that Google's goal is to satisfy users. That's their number one priority. Even though I know that the search results are not really high quality or all that, but you need to remember their priority is to try to do that, right? Like they're striving for that, even though they're not perfect, and they'll never be perfect. But you need to understand that the algorithms are designed to satisfy users. So you need to think about what are the signals Google could use to calculate for user satisfaction probability. I highlight here satisfaction probability means what are the things that the algorithm thinks that whatever you do may satisfy the users, right? Like for example, content relevance, right? If you make your content more relevant, then will that satisfy the users for that particular keyword? Links, right? Backlinks. Remember, if someone links to you, if a relevant website links to you, then there's a chance that your content is good, right? Then that increases the probability, the satisfaction probability, right? What about brand searches? Like if someone search for your brand, isn't that a signal to Google, telling to Google that you are really satisfying? That's why people are searching for you, right? So think about different aspects, right? Like be creative. SEO is not just about following what others say or what others do, but come up with your own way of thinking, right? There are many ways, many signals Google could use to calculate for all these satisfaction score, right? So remember, Google is just a machine. It doesn't understand to a certainty what is good content, right? So people say, write good content, and all that. But you need to remember that it's some algorithms. It's not perfect. It tries to understand what is a good content, but you have to also remember that it doesn't understand it to a certainty, right? And what does a good content mean anyway? Good content means it is relevant to users, it is authoritative, right? And it provides value, right? So if you have a good content, other people need to appreciate it as well, right? It's not just about you thinking that your content is good. It needs to be what people think about your content as well. That's why big authority sites rank for average content. Like, in the helpful content update, people are screaming and telling like, authority website ranks now, take over my rankings, etc., etc. But that's just one flaws of the algorithms, right? Because the algorithm is designed to satisfy the users, and if it cannot really find a good website or good website to satisfy, from whatever angle, it will choose the authority website first, because the authority website has a probability, right, to satisfy the users more. Even though they have crap content, but based on all the existing authority, based on all the existing signals and the accumulated signals they have, whether it's their branded, signals, their backlinks, and their website size, whatever, they are likely to satisfy the users more, right? That's why parasite SEO works, etc., right? So you all know that. Okay. Next, we move on to the next core pillar of SEO, that is relevance. Relevance comes from both on-page and off-page, right? So page level relevance, how you optimize a specific page, site level and site level relevance. So your overall website relevance to a topic. Think about entities, think about wordings, think about topics, right? What makes your page relevant to a keyword or a topic? What makes your website relevant to a topic? It's your words, it's your topics, what you add on your page, H1, H2, H3, etc., right? Backlinks relevance, right? Think about relevance coming from your backlinks. Anchor text, right? The content relevance of your backlinks, the site relevance of your backlinks, right? All these as well. What about relevance mentions, right? Like if other relevant website mentions about you, are you more relevant now? What about traffic, relevant traffic, traffic coming from the same, traffic coming from people looking for your service, or traffic coming from people with history searching for your keyword, right? Isn't that relevant? What about clicks, right? If someone search for your keyword, clicks on you, isn't that a signal of relevance, right? So think about all these, right? Like think about different relevant signals. Think about different aspects on your website, outside your website that influence relevance, right? Think about how you can increase all of this, right? I'll leave this to you to to your creativity, and think about what you can do to increase the relevance both on and off your website. But a lot of these you already know, right? You just need to zoom in and take a careful look and try to adjust your website to the relevant signals. Next, we have the authority signals, right? So another pillar of SEO. Authority factors come from off page, right? So authority factors are all off page. Maybe there's a few on page, like maybe like if you cover topics entirely, you become authority. But I don't really buy much into that. I think authority is still mostly off page signals. So things such as your backlink power, right? The page rank, how powerful your backlink is, not just based on the DA or DR, but the real power of the backlinks, right? Like, is it coming from well-known website and all that? The clicks, right? Like if someone search for you, they click on you, isn't you demonstrating authority? Brand search, right? Brand power, they are also authority factors. If someone search for you, if you're getting traffic from other signals and all that, if people are referring to you, mentioning you, aren't these authority factors or signals telling to Google that you're an authority in your space, right? So think about all of these, right? So in my opinion, or I think is very much true, is having both relevance and authority in certain topics are what considered quality, in my opinion. You always hear, these from Google saying, write quality content, make quality website, and all these quality, quality, quality. But what really define quality, right? So in my opinion, is the relevance and the authority in the topic that defines quality, right? So just keep that in mind, right? I'm giving you some mindset here. I'm giving you some theories here that you can execute, that you can maybe take a fresh look at your website, take a fresh look at your client's website, and maybe improve upon it. At the end of the presentation, I will have a quick steps or plans to action that you can execute, and maybe it will help you a little bit more, diving into your doing SEO for your website, your clients. Next part for SEO, search engine optimization in 2024, is spam, right? So too much of anything is bad. It is a general principle in everything in life. Too little of anything is bad. Too much of anything is also bad. SEO is no different. Doing too much of SEO on your website, both on and off page, can lead to over optimization and considered as spam, right? So over optimization is real, my friend. Anyone watching this should be aware of over optimization. A lot of it comes from off page. I'm telling you that based on the test. But there are also a lot of on-page factors now, especially after the spam update in October 2023 last year. So maybe take a fresh look at your on-page as well. A lot of anything is bad now for SEO. Actually, it's been for a while, but they just kind of dialed it up. And considering how many spam pages are there on the internet, this is just going to get more and more in 2024 and moving forward. So anything too obvious and only SEOs would do should be avoided or minimized. So any SEO, quote unquote SEO actions that you do, like trying to put in keywords, trying to put the keywords on all the headings and all that, any obvious SEO actions that you do on your website should be avoided or minimized, right? So things like keyword usage, anchor text, obvious SEO content, so anything designed specifically just for SEO, right? So You need to take a fresh look at your website from another angle, not just SEO angle, but maybe ask your friends who are not SEOs and all that. Take a fresh look at the website and see, if these really too much for the website, right? So these are just a few examples I'm giving you here. So think about, what are you doing too much on the website? EEAT, or expertise, authoritativeness, trustworthiness, and experience, right? So these are kind of the acronyms. So EEAT isn't an algorithm. So Google already told us this many times, but rather it's a collection of algorithms working together, trying to understand the EEAT of your website, right? So there's no EEAT score. There isn't anything like that. It's just a bunch of algorithms, millions probably, working together, trying to figure out this concept on your website, right? So again, this boils down to having good relevance and overall authority on the topic. If you look at EEAT, if you keep on zooming it in, you'll see that it's all about relevance and authority, right? Again, coming back to the principles or the pillars of SEO, having relevant website, relevant content, relevant backlinks, having authority, backlinks, authority, signals and all that. Again, all helps contribute to EEAT, right? So yeah, the rest are just fluffs and not worth the time, right? So the other stuff that people keep on saying, like author bio and all that, yeah, they're cool. They're maybe there for Google to look at, but again, if it's too easy to fake, it's probably not used by Google, right? So think about that. So for me, 80% of EEAT is off page. So think about, how can Google know if your author is real, right? So think about it. If you put an author bio there, is that enough? Of course not. It's too easy for anyone to fake it, right? So that's why a lot of these signals are off page. So, unless it's being mentioned or linked to by other sites, right? So if your author is mentioned by other powerful website, then yeah, that's probably counted. If you're linked to by other relevant authoritative website, then yeah, it's probably counted as well, right? So think about all the things that can't easily be faked, right? And lastly is micro optimizations. So SEO in 2024 moving forward, micro optimization will become more and more important. So micro optimization means taking care of every tiny details, both on and off page. So this requires you to look at your page and your overall website through the lens of the algorithms. So essentially think like an algorithm, but execute it like an engineer. So micro optimization means, you're taking care of every tiny details on your website and outside your website. Yes, we all know create content, we all know build backlinks and all that. But when you kind of zoom in into, let's say, the content, what are some of the small things here and there you can make adjustments, right? When you zoom into your backlinks, what are some of the small things here that you can make or adjust to increase the power, to increase, the quality and all of that, right? So this requires high level of granularity, such as deep understanding of NLP and sentence structure, technical aspects and all that. So essentially zooming into every small tiny pixel on the website and look at what are the things that you can do to improve. So this, again, a lot of this requires high level of understanding of NLP algorithms, semantics, and and basically having a strong grasp and understanding of what makes an algorithm, right? Of course, no one has a full understanding or knows exactly how the algorithm works, but over the years, by reading the patents, by studying, how search engines work and all that, some people do develop these kind of things, right? Especially if let's say you come from an engineering background, some of these basics and how these algorithms work in the back end should already be there as well. So, of course, not everyone can do this. So this is, let's say, for anyone who comes from my SEO training or SEO coaching, I try to instill this, right? I try to boil this down to into a much simpler concept. But the thing here is, the more you can take care of these micro level optimizations, the more advantage you're gaining in your website and overall SEO strategies. But you don't have to worry about it, because in 80% of the case, you don't have to go deep or very deep in your SEO. But if you want to really stay ahead of your competitors, you need to pay attention to every tiny detail, right? So maybe you can think about, starting reading Google patterns, start, learning about how search engines work, start, listening to all these Google talks, all these engineer talks, look into the research papers, and really dig really deep into these, and try to really understand, get a grasp. Maybe follow some of the more advanced people, and maybe Corey, for example, and his semantic course and all that is also is a good thing, right? So try to think like an engineer, right? Essentially, try to think like an algorithm, essentially, but execute as like an engineer. So here's some action plans that I'm giving you to kind of, okay, now you know what are important. You maybe already have some of the things on your mind and all that. So how to really, move forward and get started in all of this. First, you need to do a full audit of your website and your competitors to identify rooms for improvement or things to improve or to fix, right? So for this, I have an audit template, an SEO audit template for free. I'm giving you. You can go and grab it right now. It's in the comment section of this video. It's about 100 something points. It goes through a bunch of on-page, off-page, technical, and even EEAT audits, right? So it's quite a comprehensive audit. I use it for all my clients. First, you need to do an audit of your website and your competitors and try to understand, okay, what are some of the relevant signals they're getting away and you don't have enough? What are some of the authority factors or signals they're getting away and you don't have enough, right? Next, you need to start looking into how you can tune or dial in your relevance factor on the site. So start working on pages with the impressions first. So the thing here is, once you know what are the things that you're not doing well on your website, you need to start looking into how you can improve the relevance of those. Maybe add more subtopics, maybe making the content more easier to read, maybe adding more entities, more words, more relevant keywords to the content, all that. And here's a pro tip: if you have many pages to work on, I recommend you start working on pages with impressions first. So any pages with a lot of impressions, anything you do on it, it will react really well to the changes, right? So let's say the page is already ranking on, let's say, page 2 or page 3. Those pages already have impressions, right? They already, like, Google already trusts it to some extent, and it's already ranking somewhere. Anything you do to those pages react really fast to your changes. So first, start working on those pages first, and once you start seeing all these changes, the rest of the pages on the website will start also increase in the rankings and impressions as well and all that. And then next, look into other off-page factors, right? So what about backlink relevance? So do an audit of your backlinks. See if you can build more relevant backlinks. What about backlink power, right? Maybe building some more tier 2 backlinks, for instance. Branding aspects. If you're not building up your brands, you're really missing out a lot of things, right? SEO in 2024 and moving forward is gonna rely heavily on branding. So it's not just about someone sitting behind their screens and trying to write affiliate content. You need to build a real proper brand, right? And then rinse and repeat, right? Rinse and repeat all the process. Audit, look into how you can improve your existing website relevance, look into your off-page signal, rinse and repeat, and don't forget to pay attention to tiny details, right? To every tiny detail if possible. Anything small here and there, try to zoom into your website, try to zoom in outside your website and see what are all the things that you can really improve upon, right? And then just wait and reap the reward. If you rinse and repeat all these enough time, giving it some times, wait, right, then you get the reward for sure. All right. So here's just a small quote that I like to give to you, or it's kind of like the small lines that you need to remember, right? That I recommend you remember it. So Remember, think like an algorithms, right? Think of how the algorithm works. And if you were in algorithms, what would you do in these situations? Execute it like an engineer. Think like an algorithms, execute it thoroughly with full detail, just like an engineer would do. Be real, authentic with your website, and always do things moderately. So be real, make sure that you're making everything real, authentic. If you're doing an affiliate website, try to maybe, if possible, review the actual, like buy the actual products and review it, right? Build a brand, right? Build a real brand that people will search for you, right? If you're local businesses, maybe do some offline marketing, right? Make sure that people know about you. Make sure that they know about how high quality service you are, for example, right? And remember to always do things moderately. Like I said, um, anything too much of anything is bad. Too less of anything is also bad. So try to stay within your lane. Don't try to overdo anything, right? Over optimization is real. Make sure that you take a look into this as well. So that's all for it. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section down below and try to answer them as soon as possible. Again, this video is meant to really give you a new perspective to SEO and what really is there in SEO in 2024. A lot of these that I've mentioned here, I've already been doing since 2023 and even 2022 as well. It's just, it's just basically rinse and repeating the same. And like I said, if you start zooming in, looking think like an algorithm, pay attention to small details, think about relevance, think about authority, yeah, you'll definitely stay ahead of a lot of people. And if you need more help, feel free to reach out to me. If you want to take your SEO knowledge to the next level, reach out to me for SEO coaching. If you want me to do SEO for you, reach out to me and we'll see if we are a good fit. That's all for it. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.